Good morning. It's Dave Knight here at 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Today is Thursday, January 25th, 2018, and we are at levels that we haven't seen in a long time. I read a report that the last time that we were here, actually the market was falling, but the last time that we were here was December of 2014. But now we're rising and we're going up. Now, to remind you, let's bring over this chart because it's most applicable to what I want to talk about. And we actually got to look out here to the month. This is the area that is in question right here, right? November, let me restate that. It was December, and now we're closing in on November of 2014. And you can see that when the market did fall back from started in July of 2014, we can now see that the low was established in February of 2016. So now we're looking at the low of February 2016, and we are seeing where we are currently trading right now. If we wanted, just for the fun of it, which I would highly recommend that you know these levels, we can see that, hey, we've got a retracement possibility based upon, I would probably say around this level to this level. So where are we in relation to this whole movement? Isn't that kind of interesting right now? Let's see if we can blow that up a little bit. We're tagging roughly 50% of retracement level once the market long-term gets above, looks to be 66.57 or so right now. 60, let me go this way at it. Looks to be about 66.65. So let's just call it 66.66 right now, right? Now, isn't that interesting that that level gets up to that high? Where possibly could the market participants allow the market to get to before maybe a sell-off right now? Looking at our monthly charts, we can see that we're reaching levels that are going to be fought pretty hard here pretty soon, in my humble opinion. So I just want to bring that to your attention right now as we get ready to start trading. Obviously, my bias is on the short side, and these are levels that, I traded when the market was coming down. This was very profitable for me back in 2014. And we've been in the doldrums for a long time. Now, this whole up move from $50 a barrel up to here, I haven't really been able to participate in, because when I was developing my trading strategy, I was over here. I was over on this side. Let me get my screen drop tool out, watching the down movement, and then knowing that the last couple, from 2015 through 2017, we've been basically doing that, right? We hit our lows in February of 16, but basically we traded between, let's call it 50 to 40. It was a $10 range, a range. It was about $10 range for about what is that? 2 years. All of 15, well, 3 years really, all of 16, pretty much all of 16, all of 15, all of 16, pretty much, and all of 17 for the most part, or most of it. So I guess we could call it, let's call it 2.5 years we traded inside that range. And now we're in uncharted territory, and the only reference point we got for now is what happened in the outright fall when it dropped from $100 a barrel all the way down by February 2016 to crest below $30 a barrel. So let me pause here so I can clear my charts. All right, so but we could also see there's another retracement level, right? We can see this ends up being the mid-range from 2011 through 2014. So, and then we see that this was a range here, and then we had this extension that went up like crazy and then went down. And this going back looking from 2008. We know what happened in 2008. We had the financial crisis of 2008, and then we saw the relief that happened after that, went back up and then down. So it's very interesting where we're trading currently. But we can also say that we could put a retracement on the high against the low, and if you do that, look where the 50% is here. So let's blow this up. Trading right in here. So this is here. All right, let me pause again here and try to figure out which one's which. It got kind of confusing, but now we can see 50% of the retracement brings it up here to 87, which is backing to this range. So how far can the market retrace? Well, obviously it can go anywhere it wants to, but you're looking at the mid-range of all this here. So the market could easily reach back into up in this area, up into this range on a long-term basis. I mean, the market spent 2.5 years here, it spent 3 years here, and now we're going on price discovery to find out where value is. You know, and there's an assortment of opinions across the board. Everyone, I read an article. Actually, I was looking at articles yesterday, you know, just trying to get a grasp of why we had a $2 up move, and there were varying opinions over that. I mean, it was you know, it's like to put two economists in a room. What are you going to get? You're going to get two different answers every time, right? The economists are always going to err because they're human. Nobody can know the future. I don't care. No one has that. Well, I guess I wouldn't say no one. There's people in the know that have the ability to understand a lot more than us as individual traders. But you know, that's a very, very small minority. You know, the uber wealthy, I would assume, would be kind of. There's a reason that they're uber wealthy to start with, right? Billionaires and so forth and so on. They've got people around them that give them the correct advice. I would assume there's a reason that why they're worth billions. It's not because they're sheer luck. and how they keep it, I should say. All right, so anyway, I thought it was interesting. We're reaching levels that we haven't seen. We have a 50% retracement level not too far from here based upon certain things that I see, and it could be a very profitable day above this 66666 level. And once it hits there, to maybe once you see those extreme volume numbers, to be able to short it back into the market. So I don't know. I mean, obviously only time will tell, but we're closing in on the 8 o'clock mark. We're 2 minutes outside of the open outcry, and the market just continues its upward dance with no relief in sight, pretty much. So what do we know? We know that the market could easily reach the $87, $88 level based upon looking at Fibonacci and retracements. And we also know that it's reaching into, right now, currently reaching into a level that hasn't been seen for a long, long time. November of 2014. We're reaching into November of 2014 now. Notice that I'm running with a 7P target today of 115 against the 9-tick stop loss. That's a 2/3 stop today. And 115 is a 7P target. I could obviously adjust that as time goes on. Right now, if we look at GAN numbers, GAN's telling me on the up we have 67.13, and on the down we have 64.65 today that we're playing with. 67.13 to 64.65. That seems to be where we're hanging out today. 12P movement, by the way, from I printed this off incorrectly. Brings it to 67.86 or 63.90. Well, if I was Johnny on the spot, 66666 right there, right? Don't want to risk a lot on here because I think we go back up here again. From the high 6649, is a 1p move from here. $6633 is a 2p move from the high. I'm going to use the 666. I'm going to use this as the high right now. Actually, it is the high, but I'm going to use that as an entry point. Go ahead and protect break even here. We're in the opening range of the 5 minutes right now, which is and that right there is a 2p move based upon the high. Not through it though. So 6465 is what we're hunting for. That's your Gann angle. 137. We'll call it 6477. I got it in finally. Thanks. One step closer to doing taxes, baby. Well, if I could have been Johnny on the spot, huh? Didn't stay there very long. All right, a 3P down move from here is 66.16 on the high. Make this worth our while now. I know it's a whole whopping tick, but okay. Market could turn around and go all the way back up here too. $66.16 based upon 6666. Number of the beast today, huh? The number of the beast plus 1 more 6. 6666. We'll talk about a deep range. Oops, I don't want that line. I want the This is a big box. That's what you call a big box. Look how big. I mean, that's hard to count all these price action inside this first 5 minutes of trading. Is the squirrel going to get the nut today? Still too early to tell. Pivot today is located at 65.42. Can fall a lot further. Okay, I'm going to pause until we hit 66.16 or it takes us out. All right, we're closing in on a 3P down move from the high. We're at 18. 66.16 is a 3p move from 66.66, and still really no signs of the market buying participants participating in the move yet. This is the highest volume bar blue, and that's the highest volume bar red, by the way, coming at right there at 8. Having a plan, right? Have a plan of action. Know what your plan was before you execute it. Today I talked about 50% retracement levels of what possibly could be happening. I mean, will this be a huge winning day for me or not? That's out. We don't know. I mean, I'm in a good position, but good positions are relative. Went to 18 there, still not at 16. And this is all based upon the high of 6666. Be back. Alright, so we touched 16 yet, but not through it. Alright, we're coming into a decision area. Does the market want to continue to fall? Or does it want to stop and then proceed back the other direction? It's trying to do everything in its power to stop from going underneath this 66.16 right now, because that will bring out the selling crowd underneath here, in my humble opinion. So for the last, from November through December through most of January, this is the buying opportunity, and it's always right until it's wrong. And when it's wrong, it can be wrong huge. I don't see it yet. I don't see the volume participating yet. But, you know, I've been wrong so many different times. What's one more day? We'll see. We're going to get knocked out. By the way, I moved the stop to 46 here. Just taking a tick gain for a huge win. It's kind of what I'm looking at. Double bottom. That's close enough to be a double bottom. What does it want to do? Once we push through here, then I can start using the blue bar, the 200 bar moving average. I need to see it decidedly and push here. Hopefully push, there we push through. So what's underneath here? That's what I want to know. Nothing yet. $6,600. That was 3p right there from the 6666. 6,600 is 4. Start using this plus 5 ticks. Lock in a little bit of profit here. We'll call it 43. Going to pause, looking for 6,600 now to the down. Like I said, it works until it doesn't work, right? Find out who wants to win this fight today. Pivot point once again is down there at 65.42, so it's still, what, 70 something ticks away.
Now, in addition to these witticisms, Ben Franklin gave us 3 principles of success and ambition that have...
Alright, so we're pushing to that 6,600 level. By the way, this is the 500 volume bars. You're starting to see a little bit of interest right through here. I think we're seeing interest because it's at a key point, 6,600. Usually when you come to these big round numbers, you see that ends up being people that just don't know where to put a stop. They put it, let's put it here at this level right through here. I mean, it's a logical place to put because it looks like, well, if it gets underneath 6,600, yeah, I don't know, you know. So in other words, it's the weak longs that are exiting the market here. And this is what you see right through this area. Here are your weak longs exiting the market right now. Doesn't mean that we're not going to go back up and up and up and up. Just that it's going to need more oomph, I think, before you start seeing the market decidingly. Who knows? I'm just telling you statistically what it looks like. Comes a fake out signal in here. Usually you see these fake outs so they can drive the market even lower. It works on both ways. So this is break point of 32. We're going to go ahead and lock in 100 ticks, or 100 ticks, 10 ticks. Make it worth our while. Make up some of our loss. Looking for a big win. Honestly, I'm looking for PPM today. I'm looking for that PPM. What does that stand for? Pivot point magnetism. It's a lot easier to hit it on the down than it is to go to the up. So I'm expecting the market to come, if there's any strength to the short today, we should see pivot. All right, going to pause until we see, yeah, we'll pause. All right, so I paused. This is part 2. Looking for the market to continue to fall. Like I talked about PPM, market to fall to. If there's any strength to the short, we should at least see pivot or close to it.
Success is a pleasure. If what you are doing today isn't satisfying, gratifying, guess what? You're really not successful. If you are not fulfilled with what you are doing today, you cannot possibly be successful. It doesn't matter how many worldly possessions you may have, how many cars, how many toys, how much money. If you're not happy with your life as it is,
Up, up, up. Look at that. Trying to zoom up here.
Success is a relative term. It means different things to different people.
Now that is a very powerful fake out. And historically, over the last couple of months, those are the fake outs that end up being real in the bottom of a perceived market for a while. They'll leave but on the other side, we're keeping lower highs here. Hopefully we'll hold that pattern. Buying dips works until it doesn't, right? Maybe today is that relief. The market went up a whole dollar without any of the Americans, pretty much. You can see the fight going on right here. Here's the fight. Which side wants to win this today? This is your deciding factor. I talk about the market having a moment in time that it's the deciding factor. You can feel that this area right here is the deciding factor of this trading session. Right in through here. Locking in 33 now. Trying to lock as much as I can in and try to stay away from a zooming move up on a fake out, but recognizing that this could be the bottom if we can't break through. Getting very violent here. You can see that this is the fighting point, right? And this is experience speaking here, being able to see it. And confidence in your convictions.
School, kid. Success may mean a star on top of his latest test.
I don't know which way the market's going to go.
It probably means that she has a
I am just playing what I believe are my odds.
To an outside professional, it's most likely the thrill of
Try not to get too close to the market if it wants to push up and then come down.
The top producing salesperson. But the one thing you will hear from everyone who is successful.
By the way, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 pushing down here.
They are happy, content, satisfied. Success is a pleasure. What have you done?
My team and I always have on managing our time. So one of my teammates found Monday to have fun.
Done today that makes this day successful. Think about it and write it down. If at the end of the day you can jot down the things that have made it a good day, you will soon see patterns forming. This really is a good habit to get into. When you can see a pattern of pleasure, you'll know you're on the road to success. So take note of Mr. Franklin's 3 principles of success and ambition. Number 1, big achievements come one small advantage at a time. One step at a time, one day at a time. Number 2, you have the power to mold your life, to make it whatever you want, to shape it and reshape it. And number 3, success is measured through pleasure. This is the key one. Success is measured through pleasure. You've got to be happy along the way. You've got to learn to give yourself a pat on the back. Good job, you need to tell yourself. I'm proud of me today. You've got to be happy. You've got to.
All right, going to pause until we come out of this. All right, so we see this high volume blue bar. This has been the end of the short movement lately. We'll find out if it holds up today or not. Lots of interest above that right there once it crossed over. This is highest volume blue bar now. But this could be the weak shorts getting out, expecting the market to fully go back to the highs.
You'll read the books until your skills change. Go to the seminars until you get a handle on it. Do it until it makes sense. Practice it until you've got it right. Don't give up until you get where you want to be, however long that is. Step by step.
By the way, this is what I call prairie dogging. This right here is like a prairie dog that holds its head up. It clears up some people and then it shoots this way. So this could be a prairie dog right here. Think about the zig. That was that zig guy. Hits that wall and then it decides to go the true direction. So we can see what we got to bust, and trend lines are made to be busted. So you can see that this is kind of the line that needs to be busted to the short side. It's a good fight. We use 34. What is that? 10, 13. Hopefully this level won't come into play, but that's where I believe that if it comes up that high, I don't know where we're going. I mean, I guess I know where we're going. We're going back up to the highs, but not without some violence. Now there's your Gann fourth time through working its way. So if we bust through here, then we've got a confirmed short day. So we're at that, like I said, we're at the decision level. This is how important this is right now. I mean, the market participants are playing it out in real time. Will the shorts come to the party today? Is today the day that they say, screw you longs, we're taking the ball and we're going to drive it for a while? It's our ball, or are they gonna punt again? By the way, getting back up here to that 23 level would be the fourth time through, so we probably see it shooting straight up to getting close to 6666. Maybe go on to 67. Maybe that's what we're going to do today. Maybe we're going to $67 a barrel. Again, on the upside is 67.13. This is how important this is right here. This is very, extremely important on the trading day.
Piece by piece, book by book, seminar by seminar. Do it until. Go for it. Until is a very important word. It's magic. It means that you'll never give up. Don't miss the chance to grow, to pay the price. Until you learn, change, grow. You'll discover some of life's great treasures when you pay that price. William James' second part to success dealt with the outer achievement related to that ideal. You need both aspects to really be a success. But what Dr. James realized about his philosophy of success was that the first part is indeed more important than the second. Going for it. As long as you're working toward...
I'm going to pause until we break out of this range here. Run me out, or we run down. All right, so we're back up here again, fourth time. Good try for the shorts, but probably over. Unless we can push down quickly. Go revisit 6666. $66.33 right there. Those are the trades that kind of piss you off, right? And so what do I think? I think we go revisit 6666 is what I think. We're going to go revisit that. Because that's what they've done all over. I mean, it's not a shortened world, it's a long world. And the longs are proving over and over again that they keep buying those dips. And we really didn't see the shorts participate too much in that down move. I still believe they're accumulating, but they haven't decided to distribute yet. So there might be another opportunity up here, there may not. So there's your deciding factor. We're long above, short below. We'll see. Okay, I might have found an entry point here. If the market doesn't want to go up from here, therefore it must come down. So getting in and then hopefully seeing a very fast acceleration or get out. Looking back at these bars, they're kind of tiebreakers. It's really struggling to go up from here. All the economic reports are out now. It's a bunch of times up there. Prairie dogging. 38 to 42, only 4 ticks higher. Looking at the down move took 30 minutes, and this up move has lasted over an hour. So maybe it's time for the next leg down now. Using this blue bar as a tiebreaker bar. We decidedly go over the 42. We'll recount, start again. Looks like a market that's going to, my experience tells me this is a market that's going to go retest the lows again. If we can't get through this level. If we get up through here, then we probably retest the highs. It's really struggled to get up over this level here, though. So we'll see. Of course, it can run from here to 6666 in a matter of seconds, and then show a better short signal maybe. Alright, we're in. Let's see what happens here. Watching for a high red bar volume. So really don't want to see 42 again. Alright, so we're going to move off the 64.65 and we're going to go to 65.07 now. Actually, that's close enough. 65.18. That's good enough. That'd be a 9p move down from the highs of 66.66. 66.66, 66.66. Really, I don't want to see the market get above 33 now. I want to see the market fall quickly. And it didn't do it. So best course of action is to exit and let the market do whatever the heck it wants to do. Because what I wanted to see on that entry is it fall very, very fast and not stop. Go retest those lows. I wanted to see it. Honestly, what I wanted to see is I wanted to see it retest the lows very quickly. And it didn't. Not yet, at least. Maybe if we get underneath that level right there, we will. Last trade of the day. Either it wants to fall or it doesn't. I don't want to be involved in it if it doesn't. Plus the trend line, we got to get underneath that. Under here, right? This was that earlier trend line. I still need to see it get underneath there. In the danger, Will Robinson area now. I mean, this could be a real fun day if the market decides to come down a little bit. It can easily run down $1 from here. $7p target is 65.50. I've got my eyes between 65.50 to 65.17. That's kind of what I'm looking for. 65.47 is the GAN. 65.07 is GAN 90. Boy, this could be lots of fun if it wants to come down here. We'll lock in 2 and see what happens now. We're going to hold. We're going to see what happens. Once again, a 4p target is 6,600. And then 65.83, 67.50, 34.17. Bottom target I would be looking for is 65, 465. I'm really, yeah, you know what? We're going to believe that the market, until proven otherwise, has the ability to run, we'll call it 65, 70, 87. What's that right there? Call it 65.01. That'll be a 10p move. It's going to take a lot of power to get above 32 now.
What is up, guys?
Down to the lows. How much power do we got today to continue this downside onslaught? Let's hope we got lots of room. Once again, that 16 level was 3p. There we go. There's a high volume red bar. We haven't seen that for a while. That could be good for us. They come in twos usually. There's one. 1946. By the way, we ran the 4p target at 6,600. Five is 83. Right here. We didn't get to it yet. Starting to get very violent now. This is good. Alright, so we're going to lock in 10 ticks here. We're going to lock in 23. Really do not want to see the market get anywhere near this break line again now. So I'm in the rabbit part of the trade. I was able to enter back in, and with this very small risk of 9 ticks, still would have, if I'd have lost, that would have been still a winning day. But you know, my knowledge, especially as it relates to trading on the short side, was telling me that's touching but not through, by the way. That we had something up. Okay, that's through, so that counts. 5p has been hit. 6583. Next target down is 6567. And once again, we have pivot. It's kind of coming into play. There's your pivot point. I'm still looking for PPM. We're in between that area that we should run pivot. Trying to maximize out my game. Trying to stay on that blue line. That's my 200 bar SMA cutting across prices. How many times I wonder have I said that in my lifetime? So I'm looking for a movement, at least a pivot here. But I'm really, really looking for a big down move. A 10p down move brings it to 65.01. That's really what I'm hunting for. A big, 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 big move. So another 90 something ticks from here. Hopefully you guys can start seeing why I like the short side so much. I mean, it struggled to get up there, and it looked like, oh wow, we're going to the moon, and then it just stops. We still haven't gotten to the backwash of yesterday's movement yet. It happened pretty much after the market hours of the crude oil market. We still got more downside, and I'm hoping that once we get down there, it'll extend its move further, because things like to fall further than what you would expect it to fall. But I'm not being stupid either. See, I'm using this 200 bar as my exit point in case this market decides to say F you and go straight up. All right, next target underneath here is 67, then 50, then we should be running into pivot. This is how I trade my rabbit, by the way. I usually use the blue bar to make my exit. I didn't get the chance to add that second contract on my initial entry, but I got the opportunity to add it back. Add it when the market decided to move back there. Trying to maximize my profit. And also looking at how far I think the market can run. I believe a market can run 10p in any given trending day from high or low. And 10p today from high of 66.66 is 65.01. So that's where I think the market could run to today. Now, the Gann angle is 65.07, so I'm going to adjust for that. So we're going to call it 65.07. Gann 90-degree angle is the closest to 65.01. So we'll use that as the exit point. And this is just a line in the sand. Doesn't mean I would take it. It means that if it runs down and through it, I want that. Coming to settlement at 61. By the way, if I exit right here, right now, I'd be up over 30,000, back to above break even. But I have the belief that this is not all that she wrote to the Dow. I'm looking at this level right here is what I'm looking at. If we bust this 94 and change, it might be over on the down, but I still think that we've got the pivot in front of us. That pivot point has got, and I call it pivot point magnetism because it's like a magnet. It attracts. It attracts it. Once you get close enough to it, it attracts it. It's a very, very strong point. Here's a fake out. We're going to use plus 5 ticks now. 3 to 5. Going to adjust for 5 for here. Try to keep into this trade. Notice I was trailing behind until we made an up move. Now I'm using a 5 tick hit to keep me in or out and go to 9. Don't want to be on an even number. Don't mind coming out at 66.09. Just double check here. $6,600 obviously is a sticking point, right? There's a 9. That's why you don't want to be on the big numbers like that. 6,600. That was too easy for it to hit. All right, I'm gonna stop this one here. It's either gonna run me. Well, hold on. This might be the end of it. I'm gonna adjust for 11. Call it 66.12. Go 66.13. That'll be 20 ticks. We'll hold there. Hopefully we'll come down here and at least give us the ability to revisit this low again. And what I'm trying to do is hold on, hoping that this is the end of the upswing and we're going to go back down here again. And if I can stay in it. This is where I guess the art of trading comes in a little bit. Trying to stay in it. Try to do your best knowing that the market can easily run you out, but try to get is what I'm really looking for is a huge win. I'm not, yeah, I get 20 ticks and be out, what is that, 35 today? That's a good trading day, but I can be up a hell of a lot more today. It's like the story of the three bears right now. Come on now, don't do this. Give us a break. Three little bears. Or the, what's that, the story of the straw house, the wood house, and the brick house. Hopefully that's it. By the way, it went to 11. So the art of trading is what I'm talking about sometimes. It's knowing how far the market can shoot based upon what you're seeing and trying to stay in it. So what I'm really trying to do right here is stay in this trade because I really believe the short side has a lot and a lot and a lot of downside potential.
You want to create a study website?
Will the squirrel get the nut or will he get the huge acorn today that's going to feed the family for a few months? Obviously it's all sim, but I'm in redevelopment now, so hoping to get back into the funded account. This is actually day 5. All right, here we go. Which way does the market want to proceed now? I still firmly believe that we're going to see pivot because the PPM is in play. We should see pivot, but doesn't mean that it can't just mess around with everybody before that. So let's go see if we can revisit this low down here. This next swing down, I'd like to see it run pivot. I call this giving up the ghost. I hope that gives the ghost up now and just shoots on down and through. There's that 92 break point coming back into play, right? This was the previous break point. So support becomes resistance, resistance becomes support. Is this as far as the market's going to allow it to come down? It's what I kind of expected the market to be able to get back to break. Now, is it going to continue to make its move down or not? Guess we could lock in one extra tick. We don't want to see it get above 11, so we'll hold at 12. What's the difference in one tick? 13. It's not worth it. Get stopped out and then it proceed its own merry way. Come on, baby, push down now. Show what kind of power the dark side has. Trading on the dark side. Alright, pausing here to see what we're going to do. Well, maybe not. Let's see. Yeah, we'll pause here. It's either going to run me out or it's going to run new lows. Starting to get violent again, so I wanted to, so we're either, it's starting to get pretty violent in here. Alright, they're coming in now. Back to the 93 level with 92. Over and over and over again. Like I said, resistance becomes support. Support becomes resistance. It happens over and over and over again. If you can take advantage of all your trading knowledge as years go on, and then be able to apply it, it can be profitable for you. The problem that you run into is the market doesn't trend as much as you would like it to. And big days just don't happen very often. But I always have a plan for it. Alright, so let's see. Once again, I think if we can get underneath this 89, we can go revisit the lows. Alright, let's see what happens here. Alright, well I don't want to see 11 now. That's for damn sure. Come on, baby. Give up the ghost. Go down here and past it. You know you want to revisit down there. Go back. 67, 50, 34. Boy, could it shoot down now. Probably going to need something else to shoot it down. Come on, let's go back to that pivot point. It's only, what, 50 ticks away from here. Let's go. Lots of room to fall today. Ain't hurting nobody to fall a day. The buying has spent itself out, is what I think right now. And just a temporary, you're going to have to see lower lows for the, or not lower, well, you're going to see the market come down a bit for the buyers want to get back in again. It's BS back up here again. Just can't fall. So what I'm thinking here is back to my original thought. 11, 13. What happens if it comes here and then it goes down? Just touching 11. Most likely though it'll shoot straight up here, so that my risk is 20 bucks. At this time, what difference does it $20 mean? $20 to say $1,000 trade. So basically I'm trading pennies for dollars. So I might as well just go ahead and hold the 13 line and force the market to make a higher high over this 11. The market won't fall yet, so it's just being a pain in its ass right now. Well, this is last trade of day. I'm not going to trade again. If it goes up over that 13 level, I just don't have any clue. And obviously it can go down to the moon or go up to the stars. Just don't know. So I'll stand aside. I'm hoping we have at least one more push left in it. Pausing. So what do we know? We know that if we do fall, this level here will become resistance. that we're at right now. But hopefully we won't see we'll just see the pivot point quickly. And it'll push on down. Now we can see another little area that's trying to hold right in this area right here, right? And there's your prairie dog. And here's your line. They're trying to hold this line here around 66.05. All right. We're up here. It's market has been unmerciful to the short side trader. But we're in a long environment, so therefore it should be unmerciful. Take as much as you can when it's available, and then stand aside until a better opportunity comes about. Will 11 hold? Will it not? Who knows? Most likely not. But then again, who knows? No one knows. I can tell you this though, if we don't fall now, we'll go through it. And we can easily go back up through the highs. Go all the way up to R1 and up to R2 and go through 66, 66 and not look back for the rest of the trading session. So the best laid plans, you still got to have an exit point. Still got to have, like, if it gets here, I'm done. I did my best. I traded my strategy, and the market decided that, hey, we're done. I mean, you can't try not to get emotional. It's tough though. Gosh, it's tough not to be emotional when your own money is on the line too. It's a lot easier when, I mean, right now I'm in that redevelopment and I want to get back into the funded account. I want to see a fall down to 6,500. Another dollar down from here. Actually, it is exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the market to fall a dollar from where we are right now. 66.07 to fall to 65.07. That's what I want to see. Well, maybe the lowest we get though is going down to pivot, or this is as low as we'll see this session right now, and the market's going to go retest the highs again. So stand aside and let the market At that point, I'm just allow the long side traders to have their fun. I tried on my side, and I've come to conclusion I like to be on the dark side, the short side of the market. I like it a lot better. I understand it better. I only understand the longs when I see lots of capitulation on the short side, and where it stopped just recently doesn't make sense to me. But it's a stopping point because, hey, it didn't go further down. It stopped. Well, if it could push down hard right now, but it's gonna need a catalyst though to make it fall again. Well, we're obviously at a really important point here. Either wants to go up or it wants to go down. Well, this is just about crazy, huh? Something's going to happen. It might take me out and then go straight down too. Really struggled there. Prairie dog in it. Alright, now it's safe to move back. It goes there, you want out. Well, took me out. Gonna pause here. All right, so I would love to believe the market could run to 65.01, but also have to recognize that the market has been on a rip-roaring tear up for longer than I want to imagine. So I'm with a win. I pulled out some money. I had the ability to get above that 30,000 mark, but I wanted more. Does that make me greedy, or does that make me follow my plan? To me personally, I followed my plan. At that point, there was no reason that the market wasn't going to continue to fall. But you also have to give yourself the out too. I mean, I guess I could have pulled in a lot more profit there. How much did I lose out on? Well, this was the rabbit part of the trade, and it got within 3 ticks of hitting 70, and I didn't like the 6600 level. So the only other level that could have made sense in hindsight would have been 83. The thing is though, if I would have got out at 65.83 and the market would have fallen to 6500 at that time, I would have kicked myself because I lost out on 83 ticks. So I would prefer to do it the way I am and take away some gains, looking for more than what the more, you know, to each his own. I mean, obviously I wished I could have got out right here, 65.70. I mean, that would have been an awesome point to say, wow, look, I caught the bottom of the move. But at that point, what I have to look back at was that right here, 1946 bar, was that the bar that was going to turn the market around? At that point, I said no, because we had a high blue bar of 23.93, and I believe that bar was stronger than this bar. So I used my belief to keep me in the trade, with the odds of it being able, once it reached up to here to 11, that it was going to come back down to here. So, and you know, maybe I should take maximize profit whenever profit's there. But I really thought as though we were going to run at this level right here. To me, there was nothing that was stopping us from going down here. I firmly believe that we were heading to at least the pivot point, and nowhere near stopping at this level, whatever that is, 65.70. Why the hell was that the stopping point? You know, Jim Rohn talks about it. That's fascinating. Leave it to the birds. Leave it to the birds. I have no clue. All right, I'm out of here. That's all for me today. I traded my plan. My plan worked. I just wish it would have been worth more money to get me closer. You know, honestly, I was looking for a huge winning day to pull myself back into the funded account. I know that I'll get those big winning days occasionally, and I plan for them. That's the way I trade. Talk to you later. Dave Knight out.